Hello everybody, what is up? It is Tamimi here, and today I'm going to be giving you guys a spooky story in light of Halloween. This is actually a true experience that I've had. Now, I did a poll on Twitter and I posted it on Facebook too, asking you guys which you would rather see, the Ouija board experience or my top 10 favorite scary video games. It started out, the top 10 favorite video games was winning, but then all of a sudden, like a landslide, the Ouija board took over. 50-50 on Twitter, but every single comment on the Facebook was Ouija board, so Ouija board wins. Before I begin talking about this, I do want to emphasize the fact that I am not one of those people that heavily believes in ghosts. I am one of those people that always, and I say heavily believes, by the way, I'm one of those people that always tries to be skeptical and put scientific logic behind things and rule out everything before I say, oh my god, that's a paranormal experience. However, this particular experience is something that makes me second guess myself when I say I completely don't believe in ghosts. This is something that I just can't explain. So, let's begin. When I was a little kid, I was always infatuated and fascinated by supernatural and paranormal things. I love hearing about ghosts, I love hearing about aliens, I love hearing about all this stuff. And when my aunt, when I was about 8, told me that about what Ouija boards were and explained, because she was all into this like witchcraft shit, and that was a little beyond me, but at the time I even thought that was cool. She told me about what a Ouija board was and everything, and it blew my mind. I was so excited. But I didn't start playing until I was about 11 or 12, and it was just like this thing that me and my friends did all the time. I had my own Ouija board at that point. However, this particular night, where my friend and I, we decided that we were going to make our own Ouija board because I couldn't find mine or something. So we just make one on a piece of paper, which I'm pretty sure probably wasn't the best idea. And it looked like this. We replaced the planchette, the little thing that you put your hands on, with a necklace, using it as a pendulum. And, yeah, my friend's the one holding the necklace, and we began playing at like 1 in the morning, and our goal is to stay up all night and play the Ouija board. We shut out all the lights, except for my black light, and her iPod in the corner there playing music. We play it for a couple hours before one of us has to get up and go pee. When we decide to do that, I go to turn my light back on and it just doesn't want to turn on. Now, looking back on it now, it was probably some grease from my hand or just a malfunction or whatever, but at this time, you know, of course we thought it was a ghost or something. So like, oh my god, the light's not turning on, it's super spooky. There was this little charm thing that I had, and it was on a keychain, like a key ring. I wanted to get it off the keyring so I could make it into a necklace, and both my friend and I tried very hard to get it off the keyring, and we just couldn't because it was like stuck like glue onto it. And before we played the Ouija board, we were trying really hard to take it off and it just didn't work. So, you know, my friend goes pee, she comes back, and then I decide I have to go pee. I come back, and before I sit back down, I notice on the desk that it's taken apart. And I asked my friend, you did this? She said, no, well, I didn't do it. But looking back on that, she probably did do it somehow. She probably just, I don't know. I didn't really trust my friends too much. So, yeah, those little things happen, but they're easily debunked.
Good idea.
This is the one that I can't explain. So we continue playing, and it's just about to be 4 o'clock in the morning. That we stop asking it questions, because the whole night we were just asking it typical girl questions, you know. Oh, does such and such like me? Do these people think I'm cool? Or do they think I'm dumb? Like, you know, stupid 7th grade girl, 12-year-old questions. But we start shifting the conversation to a negative standpoint. We start talking about this kid that we didn't like, and then that started, like, everything started going negative. And, we started talking about, like, ghosts and stuff, asking it questions, and then, again, turning to about 4 o'clock in the morning, not there yet, but just about to be, we both start feeling this strange burning sensation. And it's not like a burn where you pick up a pot of hot, super hot food, or you burn your hand in water. This is like a chemical feeling burn. Like if you ever got cut and then you put hand sanitizer on it, or if you get like lemon juice in it, you know that happened before, stings, or if you get like salt or something, or even the best way I could explain it is if you sanitize your hands and then forget to sanitize your hands and then you rub your eyes, put on your skin, that feeling, precisely, it burned. But it didn't start off as a bam burning. It started off as a tingling feeling. And then, over the course of a couple seconds, it just progressively got worse and worse and worse until we turned on my lights. And on the both of us, there are scratches all over our arms. And we didn't do anything that was of any hard labor where we maybe brushed against something, like if you were to walk outside and go through a thorn bush or something. We didn't do anything, like my cat wasn't in the room. I thought that maybe it was because I was allergic to cats and there was cat hair on stuff, but I've never, as someone allergic to cats, had that happen when cat hair touches me. If anything, I just get a little bit itchy, not burning, more scratches. And the other thing is my friend's not allergic to cats and she had them too. The only thing that one of my other friends, when talking about this story, could explain this is, what if it was our imagination? However, you know, for somebody that's had a very big imagination as a child, I've never experienced anything like this before where I felt physical pain and could feel it. This is something, like, for somebody that can't tolerate pain well, this is something that I don't think I would have just imagined. Not to mention the fact that it wasn't just myself, but my friend as well. And it wasn't just my friend, it was myself as well. So, like, it was the both of us. And we both felt this sensation. And we both found scratches on us. Needless to say, we were scared shitless at that point. And we decided, okay, we're done playing with the Ouija board. So we turned all the lights back on. That time it turned on fine. And then we run upstairs, which is this room now, but was my parents' bedroom, and my mom's like a religious person, so she always has like weird holy shit, and no pun intended, but she had like this holy water stuff, so I start sprinkling it all around, and I take a rosary beads and I hang it up, and then I get another pair of rosary beads, and like my mom has like 50 pairs of rosary beads, so we go run upstairs in my bedroom, and we're just like, oh, okay, I think it's time to go to bed now. Needless to say, once again, that we didn't fall asleep very fast. And, yeah, so, moral of the story is if you want to play with the Ouija board, please don't make your own. For all the other times that I've played with the Ouija board, nothing like that happened before. And I will say to this day that once in a while I'll get this eerie feeling. And like, kind of just like a feeling of dread. Whenever, especially after I think about that, but yeah. At the very least, this is just something as a child that was a fragment of my imagination. At the very most, I pissed something off, and it's still a little bit upset with me. So, however, I didn't really, after that, I don't really have any big stories about ghosts, at least not this house, other than just creepy feelings once in a while. Like, but yes, that was my paranormal experience. This is the first story video that I've ever done, so if you've enjoyed it, let me know, because I have a lot of stories, and I could totally do videos like this more. In fact, they're really fun. I had a lot of fun doing this. I hope you enjoyed my setup. So yeah, have a great Halloween. Be safe, you guys, and yeah.
Hey, so I'm just here in Leeds with Chris from the Motionless in White, and I'm just about to do his makeup, and we're going to be creating a creepy psychotic clown. Thanks for watching. Bye!
So I'm starting out by priming the skin. For this I'm using the NYX HD primer and I'm blending it out with a beauty blender. I'm then going in with the pore filler primer. I'm using this primer so it gives the skin a nice matte finish. To conceal under the eyes, I'm using a salmon colour corrective concealer, and this is again from NYX, and I'm just blending that out with the beauty blender. Next I'm applying the foundation. I'm using a mixture of Kat Von D's Light 42 and I'm also using MAC NW10.
Oh. Why you do this?
Using concealer that's a few shades lighter than the foundation will help brighten the under eye area, and it'll also help bring out a natural highlight. The product that I'm using for this is the Radiant Creamy Concealer from NARS. So now the beauty blender's been washed, I'm highlighting the forehead, nose and chin with the same concealer that I was using for the under eyes. Once the foundation's done, I'm just priming the eyelids.
Are you ready to bake at 350?
I'm so ready.
If you're not familiar with the term baking, it's basically a technique that's been around in the drag community for years. Using a sponge, you apply lots of powder to any area that you really want to set the foundation. So usually with baking, you leave it to set 5 to 10 minutes and then you dust it off with a fluffy brush. So while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to move on and start Chris's eyebrows.
I think today you'll be able to see the bacon.
Oh, I can see it.
From space.
So before I start drawing on the eyebrow, I've actually primed the eyebrow area first using the NYX waterproof eyebrow primer. I'm then just using a black eyeliner pencil to outline the shape of the eyebrow. Because we're going for a clown look, we decided to curl up the eyebrow at the front just to add a little bit more of a theatrical side to the makeup. Once I'm happy with the shape of the eyebrow, I start filling it in using that same eyeliner pencil. To set the eyebrows, I'm using a black eyeshadow and I'm applying this with a flat angled brush. I'm using concealer on a flat brush to neaten the brows and give them a sleek shape.
Right now you just look like Smugglers.
I look like what? A smorgasbord?
Smugglers. You got like a positive eyebrow.
So now we've finished the eyebrow, I'm going back to wipe off the powder underneath the eyes, and then I'm also setting the rest of the face with a translucent powder. Even though I've already primed the eyes, I'm using this red cream colour pigment. I'm using this as a base for the red eyeshadow. If you use a cream colour pigment underneath an eyeshadow of the same colour, it'll really intensify that colour and make it a lot brighter. And because we're doing this makeup for stage, the makeup needs to be really intense and bright so that you can see it from the crowd. So once I've applied the cream colour, I'm then packing on the eyeshadow and blending it up towards the brow bone. I'm also bringing that eyeshadow right underneath the eye and I'm blending it out pretty far down. As I said earlier, because this look is for stage, it needs to be really bold and really visible. I'm adding black eyeshadow to the corner of the eye and then I'm blending that out into the crease. I'm also taking the black and blending it out along the lower lash line. Dragging the eyeshadow out to create an extreme winged eyeliner effect. To neaten up that line and catch any fallout, I'm using the concealer on a flat brush again. The left eye is not complete yet, but I'm making a start on the right eye just so I can see how everything looks together, and then I can come back and do any finishing touches. So as I did with the other eye, I'm using the same red cream pigment for an eyeshadow base.
What's going on over there, Rubik's Chat?
Wow. That's good. I like that one. What's going on over there, aerobics class?
On this eye, I'm going to be creating a diamond shape, so I'm starting off by filling in the red areas first. I'm using the same technique with the black, but the product that I'm using is a black gel eyeliner. We're not going for a perfect, neat diamond shape, so I'm roughing up the edges and blending them out with a Q-tip. Once I've applied both colours and I'm happy with the shape of the diamond, I'm setting the red cream pigment with a red eyeshadow. I'm using a black eyeliner pencil to line the lower eyelid. This is also known as the waterline. This makes the eyes more intense and dramatic, and it really helps finish off the eye look. To finish off the right eye, I'm applying mascara to Chris's natural eyelashes. For the left eye, I'm mimicking the shape that we've got going on with the right eye, but I want this to look a little bit more worn and rough, so I'm doing this just with eyeshadow and I'm blending it out with a Q-tip. I'm then adding some black eyeshadow on an angled brush and blending that out.
Can you do an English accent?
Me?
Yeah.
No. What should I say?
Whatever you want. Say, hey up duck. Say, hey up me duck. Hey up me duck. It's like a greeting where we live in. Instead of being like, hey, it's like, hey up duck. Hey up me duck. Hey up means hey, and me duck is whoever you're talking to. Hey up. Hey up me duck.
Hey up.
Hey up.
Hey up.
Hey up me duck.
No, I'm done.
After giving Chris a short English lesson and teaching him some Nottingham slang, I'm applying top and bottom lashes. I apologise that you can't really see any of this because my big old head's in the way. Now I'm moving on to the contour. Obviously we're not going for a realistic or Kim Kardashian kind of look, so I'm blending out these grey shades to cast a shadow on the face and create depth in the cheeks. To create the ombre lip, I'm starting off by using Red Rum by Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I'm using this on a liner brush so I can get the shape of the lips first. Once I've got the shape of the lips, I'm filling them in. The black lipstick that I'm using is also by Jeffree Star. This is the shade in Weirdo, and I'm just blending that in with the red.
It's crazy.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's insane.
Good.
Once I'm happy with the lip shape, I then go in with the concealer on a flat brush just to neaten up the edges. For a finishing touch, we decided to contour the nose. To keep with the same colour as the cheeks, I'm using a really light grey. And I'm not going crazy with this, I'm just keeping it pretty subtle.
Marius took a look at these badass lips and lashes. He's given us the sass.
Ready for my hair down?
Yeah, get the hair down.
Oh yeah. This was honestly so much fun to film. So Chris, thank you so much for letting me do it. And that's it for this creepy clown tutorial. If you like the video, then please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Thank you so much for watching. Bye!